Tonight, tens of thousands of East Texans back in the dark after yet another round of powerful storms. Winds knocking down hundreds of trees, sending them crashing down on power lines, cars, houses, and apartment buildings.
As soon as we got into the hallway, the trees started falling and things started falling behind us, and so my dog and I ran.
Emergency crews in hard-hit Smith County responding to hundreds of calls for service. And the wind was not the only problem. Torrential rainfall caused flooding inside homes and on the roads. And hundreds of linemen from faraway states working to get the lights back on. Work they say could take days to complete.
And though we don't want it, more thunderstorms are on the way tonight into early tomorrow morning. So another first alert weather day. We'll tell you what to expect coming up tomorrow morning. That's on KLTV 7 News at 6.
Caring, committed, proud of East Texas. You're watching KLTV 7 News.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. Tonight we have a team of reporters on the ground with coverage of the storm damage caused last night. Those live reports are coming up, but first tonight, the threat for more severe weather. We begin with Chief Meteorologist Katie Vossler in the First Alert Weather Center. Katie, when exactly can we expect this next round?
Oh, well, it doesn't look like we'll see it until after midnight, but I feel bad even talking about it. The worst thing you can say to someone that's been through this and has damage on their home is to tell them more is on the way. But that is the case for tomorrow morning. A First Alert Weather Day for tomorrow morning that'll end right about midday. Right now, we are all quiet across East Texas, and we should stay all quiet until after midnight tonight. But you see that severe thunderstorm watch in effect for central Oklahoma? More and more thunderstorms will be developing in the next few hours, and those will be pushed right over the Red River and into East Texas tomorrow morning. We'll step you through a timeline of what to expect in a few more minutes. Blake.
Katie, thanks so much. With more storms in the forecast, the rush is on to clean up in Tyler, where a home was split in two by a tree. This happened on Wilma Street near Green Acres Baptist Church. A woman and her dog were home last night when a tree fell in their living room, splitting the home in two. That's where we find KLTV 7's Avery Niles.
Carol Witt and her husband both work at Grace Community School and have lived in their home for the last 5 years. Witt was waiting on her husband to arrive home when the storms rolled through the area.
Well, my dog and I, we were sitting on the couch, and the electricity had already gone off, and we were just sitting there. I just lit some candles.
Witt heard a noise in the back of the house and got up to check it out.
As soon as we got into the hallway, the trees started falling and things started falling behind us, and so my dog and I ran.
They couldn't get out through their front door, so she went to one of the windows in the home to shine their cell phone flashlight to signal for help. A neighbor came over and pulled them out.
It could have been worse.
Today, many friends and volunteers have come over to help them pick up the pieces.
We've had lots of people that don't even know us stopping and asking to help. I've got students texting and teachers and the community of a church. Green Acres Baptist sent some people down. Grace Community has sent people over. I've got teaching friends that are helping me box things up now.
They have filed a claim with their insurance, and an adjuster and a contractor will be among the next steps. They are staying with friends for the time being.
Well, I'm a believer, and I know that God has a plan for all of us, and He just wasn't ready to take me. I know that I'm just going to praise Him through this storm and know that we're going to be all right.
And KLTV 7's Avery Niles is live outside of that home. Avery, what's next for these people?
Yes, the homeowners have been told here that they can't remove the tree on top of this home until adjusters can come out and survey the extent of the damage out here. And they've been told there's no timeline of when all of that could happen, but they're just really grateful that no one was injured when this did happen here behind me. Reporting live in Tyler, I'm Avery Niles, KLTV 7 News.
All right, Avery, our thanks to you. Just a few blocks, that is, from Avery's location. Another Tyler home now in two pieces. KLTV 7's Lauren Tier has that story.
From one angle, this house appears to be relatively untouched by the severe weather. But turn your view just a few degrees to the left, and you see a very different look at the damage. Last night, a massive oak tree fell on this house on Allen Drive in Tyler, nearly splitting it in two. A nearby neighbor says seeing the damage in daylight is shocking.
Well, my first reaction is that of, wow, there's a lot of damage.
The house was being restored from damage caused by the freezing temperatures this winter, and according to the family of the homeowner, the restoration project kept her out of the house, potentially saving her life. They did not want to be on camera, but they did tell me an insurance adjuster is coming on Friday. The silver lining underneath the damage:
I haven't heard of many people being hurt, so that's a sign of, for me, I'm grateful for that.
Bug says the damage could be a sign that people need to give some TLC to the big trees in the community, removing them as needed.
Well, we love our trees, and we're so grateful to have the shade and the beauty of them. Just realize as they get older, kind of like when people get older, they get fragile, and therefore they require a little more special care.
And Lauren Tier joins us live from along Allen Drive in Tyler. Lauren, the man you spoke with made a pretty good point about aging trees and the threat they pose in situations like this.
That's right, Blake. I really think that he brought up such an important point, and that is that size and age of trees does not mean that they are stronger or able to withstand the severe weather to the extent that we have seen here across East Texas. Now, for reference, I am about 5'3", 5'4" on a good day. This root ball behind me is probably about 10 by 10, and as you can see, the roots are not that thick, maybe a little thinner than what you would expect, and not as long as you might expect. So we can assume that basically with this oversaturated ground and those high force winds, it weakened this root ball to the extent where it simply had to tip over and unfortunately did land on this house. The one thing that we can be thankful for is that no one was in the home when the tree fell, and therefore there were no reported injuries. Live in Tyler, I'm Lauren Tier, KLTV 7 News.
All right, Lauren, our thanks to you. Along with the wind damage, a lot of folks also dealing with flooding, for some inside their home. KLTV 7's JD Conte spoke with some folks living on Kidd Drive in Tyler who tell us it's not the first time they've had this problem.
This is what Michael Kimball's yard looked like as the rain came down on Tuesday morning. Monday night, she says, was a different story.
Very rapidly we realized it was entering all the way across the back of our house, and when you looked out you could see that the drainage system had backed up. It wasn't draining fast enough.
She says this drain in her backyard is the source of the problem. It often overflows, but she says this is the first time the water has made it inside of her home.
The only thing that we could do was get all of the towels and blankets and dirty clothes, sheets, everything that we could find. It literally took everything to line the back of the house to try to keep the water where it was.
They did all of this without power.
We had at least a couple of inches of standing water in our master bedroom, closet, bathroom, and entered a hall bathroom, so it went through multiple rooms.
The Kimballs aren't the only one on Kidd Drive who experienced this. Across the street, Rodney Pierce's home was flooded this morning. The previous homeowners tried their own solution with this drain, which hasn't helped. He says he's worked with the city on repairs, but nothing has helped so far.
And now we have more water than we've ever had, and it's starting to suck our yard in. It's been doing that for the last 2 years.
For Kimball, it's an even bigger question mark. She says the drain in her backyard is owned by the city.
It's not something that we can fix because it belongs to the city, so we're just kind of at their mercy, whatever they're willing to try to do and when they're trying to do it, because we've lived here for 4 years, and from what our neighbors tell us, this has gone on long before we moved in.
And KLTV 7's JD Conte is live along Kidd Drive in Tyler. JD, as the water recedes, what are the next steps here? And also, have you heard from the city?
Blake, we were able to get in contact with the city on this issue, and here's what they said. Quote, the city of Tyler completed a drainage engineering study in 2018, which included Kidd Drive. However, private property issues in the area had delayed repairs. They did not comment further on those issues, I should add. Since flooding has reached inside community members' homes, the Kidd Drive drainage project will move up on the city's priority list for repairs. So people in this area have been dealing with these drainage issues for the past couple of years, and certainly in the past 24 hours, so hopefully some action will be taken. Live in Tyler, I'm JD Conte, KLTV 7 News.
All right, JD, thank you so much. In Van Zandt County, people mourning the loss of a county commissioner. Precinct 2 Commissioner Virgil Melton died when a tree fell on his car last night. It happened near Edom. Melton's wife, Janice, was taken to a Tyler hospital in unknown condition.
Smith County first responders responded to about 300 calls for service overnight.
That's Smith County Judge Neil Franklin briefing the public on the storm during today's Commissioners Court meeting. County leaders say more than 300 trees were reported down on at least 100 Smith County roads. Overnight, crews responded to 9 homes with residents trapped inside, along with 1 water rescue. Commissioner John Moore urged people to stay patient.
Please remember that the folks who work at the county are human beings, and they are overloaded and bombarded right now. That what they're doing is nothing short of amazing at the amount of work that they're juggling. And I'm talking particularly about road and bridge and our emergency management.
If you live in Smith County and have debris like tree limbs, road and bridge crews can remove it, but only if you push it to the right-of-way. In Tyler, a sea of power trucks near Rose Stadium this afternoon. At least a dozen companies from Texas, North and South Carolina, and even Georgia are here in East Texas to restore power. Many linemen are on standby for now as so-called trouble men assess the situation.
2 to 3 jobs is usually a day. You know, these jobs take a long time. There's a lot of safety precautions that have to be taken care of before we can even get in and touch the lines. You could get 500 customers back. You could maybe just get 2 or 3.
Encore says this will be a multi-day effort and say some people could be without power through the weekend. At last check, Smith County had over 34,000 customers still without power. Well, the weather has caused Southern Utilities to issue a boil water notice impacting all of their customers in Smith and Cherokee counties. You can blame this on the loss of power to water wells. If you're impacted, boil your water for at least 2 minutes before using it. Tonight, the city of Tyler has activated its Emergency Operations Center as crews work to clear roads and repair traffic signals. We heard from the mayor earlier today.
Tonight when I was outside, there were a huge tree fell in my neighbor's yard and knocked down the power line, and I was worried about cars running into the power line. And so I'm out there with my flashlight, and you really realize the intensity of Mother Nature.
And at the peak, 40 intersections in Tyler were without power. The city is encouraging people to use the library, the senior center, and the Glass Recreation Center as cooling and charging stations. No tornado warnings, so why did the sirens sound in Tyler last night? Not once, but twice. Answers from the city coming up.
More severe weather could be on the way, but not until after midnight tonight. Here's what our weather watchers are reporting across East Texas. Over 1.5 inches of rain in Emerald Bay, got over 2 inches in Hideaway, 1.25 inches in Lindale, and right at 1 inch in Holly Lake and Pittsburgh. We'll be right back, and we'll track that next storm system moving toward East Texas.
First Alert Weather is sponsored by the Northeast Texas Regional Mobility Authority.
Well, good news is we're all quiet right now across East Texas, nothing on radar. Bad news is we're already about to start to see the development up to the north and west of us again. You can see development in the Texas Panhandle, development in Kansas, and then notice the severe thunderstorm watch for central Oklahoma. That's where we expect the next development to take place, and those will be the thunderstorms that arrive in East Texas after midnight tonight. So let's track those. Partly cloudy skies for the rest of the evening and most of the overnight hours. It'll be closer to around 2 a.m. that we see those thunderstorms start to dive in from the north. As they move in, they'll spread out between, say, 2 and 4 a.m., likely coming to about I-20 between 4 and 6 a.m., and then they'll continue through the morning commute as we head into Wednesday morning. So that means our first alert weather day takes us right through the morning hours, and then we'll start to see this last little line kind of move south between about 9 o'clock and noon, and shortly after midday, it should completely fall apart. We could see a couple of isolated thunderstorms during the afternoon, but I doubt we'll see much. I think a lot like today, by the time we get to the afternoon and that main round of thunderstorms moves out, we'll be quiet into the evening. Then as we head into Thursday, so far, nothing diving in for Thursday morning. In fact, clearing skies by midday on Thursday, so that chance of rain only about 20% for Thursday and maybe into Friday as well. So here's your forecast. About a 50-50 shot that you'll see rain in your location tomorrow morning, and then we're down down to just a slight chance of rain for Thursday and Friday as the pattern starts to change just a little bit. I'm going to knock on wood when I say that because I'm hoping it doesn't change back to northwest flow, but it looks like we'll be hot and humid for the weekend, and a cold front on Monday will likely bring us our next chance of thunderstorms, but it looks like we only get the tail end of this cold front, so the best chance of rain will be on Monday and then a slight chance of rain on Tuesday. Notice the temperatures drop just a little bit, but not a lot. Let's give away our Thundercall power bank charger for free this evening to Gary Henshaw of Tyler. Congratulations. If you'd like to win one, go to kltv.com and click on that contest tab where you can sign up to win one for free. So one more round of storms, and I am very hopeful that after that it'll just be a couple of isolated showers, but nothing really big through the weekend.
Okay, good. We've all been praying for some relief.
Absolutely. I'm going to keep praying for it.
Right. Katie, thanks so much. That's what people in Tyler heard last night, the sound of the outdoor warning sirens, which were triggered twice, done so manually from Tyler PD Dispatch. Police Chief Jimmy Toller says the sirens were first triggered after a DPS trooper saw what appeared to be a funnel cloud near Lindsay Park. The siren later sounded a second time after someone at the police department saw what they believed was radar-indicated rotation near downtown. During the first sounding, people who had signed up for city alerts got this message. Toller said a typo was to blame for confusing the east side of the city with the west side, which is where Lindsay Park is located. When we asked if there was a process for proofing these alerts, Toller said no, because of the immediacy of the situation. We'll be right back. Even as the storm raged on in parts of East Texas last night, we were already getting an idea of the damage it caused, in part thanks to you. Tonight, our Naomi Sanchez gives us a look at the storm and its aftermath through your lens.
Oh, there it is. Oh. Oh, no. Y'all.
Unfortunately for East Texas, not all effects from last night's storms were as lighthearted as Jasmine Duffy's runaway trash can.
Crazy.
Many heavily trafficked areas such as UT Health Tyler in this photo from Carolyn Warren. And this photo Hallie sent in from New Copeland Avenue were impacted by large fallen trees. White House, especially the Lake Tyler area, was hit hard. This video is from Chris Bollinger, whose lakefront home saw downed trees, damaged outdoor structures, and a lawn littered with debris. Bollinger's video submission continued with the look inside. Here it appears part of the ceiling caved in, damaging the kitchen cabinets. Eric Levy showed us this home in South Tyler as well, with the tree apparently blocking this car from leaving the driveway. And this photo from Jose Cervantes shows a large tree trunk sprawled across the roof of another Tyler home. If your area looks like this video of Highway 110 north of ARP from Michael Cohen, be sure to give officials time to respond to the numerous areas as they clean up after the storms. Naomi Sanchez, KLTV 7 News.
And we appreciate those of you who sent in those images. If you saw damage in your neighborhood, you can safely upload pictures and video using our KLTV7 mobile news app. All you have to do is tap See It, Snap It, Send It. You can also find a link on our website at kltv.com. We'll be right back. All right, the photo you see behind me here, it looks a lot like the images you've been seeing here on the news all day long, right? Let's take a closer look. You can see the big tree on top of that crushed vehicle, but look closer. Look at the sign. Can you see it? The person who put it there certainly has a sense of humor. Let's see if you can read it. Yep, for sale. Needs some work, you think?
Just
right?
a little bit.
You know what? It's nice to see something like this in the midst of all this damage, right?
They're probably going to get a really good deal on it, too.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. If you're wondering where this is exactly, maybe you're interested in a new car, what's left of the car at least.
I mean, you know.
This happened in the neighborhood in the Pollard Park area of Tyler, so props to the person who put that sign there.
One more round of storms in the morning, and then hopefully a little bit of time to dry out and clean up.
All right, very good. Our coverage continues right now, streaming live on East Texas Now. You can always find the latest, of course, at kltv.com. Good night.
Tomorrow is yet another First Alert weather day, and we're speaking with our chief meteorologist all night long, right here on East Texas Now. Join the chat on EastTexasNow.live, your East Texas Now mobile news app, or your Roku.
Get your news wherever you are. Sponsored by Kilgore College.
Or the best East Texas has to offer you and your pet in our brand new Pet Project app. Just search KLTV or KTRE in your app store.
Answer the daily weather school question in the Project Tornado app.